Do you remember the 10-metre board at the swimming pool?
I do remember the 10-metre board, but I never jumped off the 10-metre board.
I never jumped off. I got pushed off. But yeah, obviously that's.
No, I never remember that because my swimming days back in Burnie were actually in the pool. Down on the Burnie foreshore.
Yeah.
No fencing. No. It was purely, a lot of high risk, but it was so much fun, and what a great memory that was.
I do remember they had a massive games of cricket on the foreshore as well.
Yeah, such a great spot. And my memories of Burnie too, like back in the day, the pulp. Having a father working in the pulp in that era, and the pulp Christmas parties were one of the biggest things that ever happened in Burnie.
They were huge. What we're talking about is our memories and the things that that stick in our mind about Burnie and about what it was like to grow up in Burnie. So I'm a certain age, and I remember a lot of stuff and a lot of the shops and stuff. Remember the chips from the Chick Queen?
Oh, the chips from the Chick Queen were literally the best thing. And usually when we got chips from the Chick Queen, it was like, Chris, we'll grab our chips and we'll go meet under the Fitzy's clock. Remember the Fitzy's clock? Yeah. It was so good.
I remember like fishing on the wharf and stuff as well. You just wander around the wharf all day. We were talking about the theatre.
Yeah, that's right. The theatre
Charlie the Ghost.
Yes, Charlie the Ghost is a big one down at the Cultural Centre. So there's lots of stories about Charlie. So we want to hear your stories. We've been obviously given 18 million from the federal government, and it's a fantastic renovation that we're doing down there.
What we want to do is, and we're talking about, you mentioned the Cultural Centre, is the vibe of the Cultural Centre.
Yeah, that's right.
And part of the displays, the stuff that we want to do in there, we want to make it relevant to the people that live here, because this is ultimately going to be the community's facility.
Yeah, that's right.
And we want you to have some ownership of it. So we're having a bit of a campaign to collect those memories and to collect those thoughts that you have about being part of Burnie.
Yeah, that's right. And we've called it Chip In because we don't have the Chick Queen chips, unfortunately, but we've got some pretty good chips. And you can get them at these events as well. All the details on our website, so people can go there and have a look.
Your grandchildren or your grandchildren's grandchildren can come through and have a look and see how Burnie was as we remember it and we grew up in there.
Yeah, that's right. And you see people now riding on the foreshore, the coastal pathways on their nice bikes. Well, I had a dragster.
Did you?
Yes, I did, with a big, lovely big seat that was stuck together with gaffer tape.
Of course.
Actually, because I was the youngest, so I was the last in line for the bike. So.
I remember my first bike had those little plastic things coming off the handlebar, and that was the first thing that I did, and I got into trouble because I cut them off because you weren't, as a young boy terrorising Cooey, you weren't to have plastic things hanging off.
That's right. So we're down here at the Cultural Centre, and this is where it's all happening, as you can see behind us, and this is where your memories are going to be as well. You've got some memories here yourself, haven't you?
I do. I was on this stage in 1983. And on the other stage here with Australian Choral in 1986, you might have been at that gig.
I was actually at that gig, and I remember you playing here. So we've had some great bands here. This place has got so many memories, and so come on down and meet us. Grab some chips. I'm just thinking I might grab some before Chris eats them all. Chris!
See you on the 16th. See you on the 17th. Come and tell us about what you remember about growing up in Burnie.